Hi guys, it's Lola Ida. Welcome to my video. This is a voice recording instead of me just talking for 30 minutes because ain't nobody got time for that. So I have some copic markers and I have my Ohuhu markers, which for some reason I haven't used yet. Well, I've used it obviously, but I haven't been using my markers as much as I wish I was. And so my Ohuhu markers are here to play. Um, and hopefully, I was hoping I could make something that was like amazing. But my idea was that I would go through Pinterest, I would scroll through, close my eyes, pick three things, and those three things would help me kind of make a character design, which I mean, okay, so I thought it was a great idea, but when I think about it, sorry for that little bit of noise in the background, because I'm trying to go through this book so I can see what I ended up choosing from Pinterest. But when I think about it, I have so many recipes and I have like a bunch of bullet journaling stuff. I don't know if any of you are into that and stuff. So I didn't find a lot. So as you can see, I gave up and here's just me sketching. So I ended up choosing a color palette just randomly for my Ohuhu markers. They kind of came from the Pinterest ideas. So the Pinterest ideas were organized. Okay, so I had two characters. You'll see a face in that left corner and a face at the top that I already drew. And you'll see that they are slightly different. I'm currently drawing a curvy one right now. Um, but for character one, it was supposed to be organized, eats healthy, brown because I ended up choosing brownies. Pinterest. So character one had a bullet journal as an image, a brownie recipe, and some taco recipes. And then character two had freaking crochet, Korean soup, and like a mermaid necklace, which I mean I didn't show any of it, but sweetheart, you're not missing out on a lot. So don't know why I did that. Anyways, so here I am drawing. I have learned that being miserable and making mistakes is just a part of life. And so, as you can see, I'm literally just rolling with the punches. I'm not even like I definitely flinched cuz I cut out about 20 minutes or even more. Like I cut out like 40 minutes out of this video because at some point I remember I texted someone and I just said like I feel like sobbing. And so that's kind of what this video is about on another level. It was supposed to be about Pinterest and character design, but it's gonna be about motivation and how to keep going, I guess, when everything starts to suck, even when you imagine such an amazing result. So dealing with disappointment realistically. So I don't generally deal well with disappointment. I was diagnosed with depression and anxiety for about the last 6 years or more because I mean, I wasn't checked. Of course, when I was younger, I don't know if that's an of course thing, but I don't come from a family that would check that often. However unfortunate that might sound, but that depression kind of makes it, and anxiety makes it hard for you to deal with disappointment in general. Um, so when I deal with depression, I often just need to cry. Sometimes I cry. Sometimes I like have a full meltdown. Um, but sometimes I can stop myself before any of that happens when I can feel my heart racing and my palms sweating. I can tell myself I need to sit down and take a breath and kind of see like pick your battles. So picking my battles is one of my hugest things as like advice for anyone is like choose your battles. Do you want to be upset? Like it's depression, of course, to me at least, isn't a choice. But I can choose how I choose, like how I can choose, sorry, I'm like tripping over my words. I can choose how I want to view an issue. And I can choose how large I want it to be if I can take that moment to calm myself down. So, when I was doing this, I asked myself, okay, so what are the stakes? The stakes are I'll make an awful video. I won't put out the video at all. And trust me, I definitely thought about it. And in fact, I deleted all the audio that was originally here because you do not want to hear what I was saying on some level because I was just so sad and so disappointed. And now that I'm looking back over the footage, I'm like, it's not that bad. Um, at all, in fact. But I decided to ask myself what I would lose. And the reality situation is for most issues, you don't lose, like, there's nothing that you really lose in the long run. Like, for a lot of things, like, I'm going to lose some time, I guess. So I decided to keep going. And to be honest, I'm kind of happy with the ending product. You'll see it. You'll see it soon. Um, but when you're dealing with disappointment and even mental illness, it's hard to kind of take a step back. It feels like it's the end of the world when things go wrong. And as you can see, I got to the line art phase. And at this point, I was even shocked because it had been a full hour of me just like, I don't know, grinding. Like I was just making things up. I picked those colors like loosely based off of freaking tacos and brownies. I just made the girl on the right skin brown for brownie, which feels like such a cop out, especially as a black person. But I just kept going, and that's really it. I know in my sketchbook video, which I'll link, I spoke a lot about people not giving themselves a chance to play. And that's ironically another thing that happened here because I just was not giving myself the time of day to like enjoy what I was doing, enjoying the process. And I said one of my favorite artists was Drawing with Waffles, so I'll link in the description. And the reason that I love watching her videos on YouTube is because she literally, it looks like she just rolls with the punches. Like she just keeps on going and keeps on creating and she doesn't stop. And that was really my biggest goal when it came to this video, was just not to stop. And as you can see, I really did not. Like from Pinterest to this coloring phase, I really did not. So I'll I would have let you watch the coloring, but I've already spoken for so long. So I'll just explain kind of what I was doing here. So I decided to design the characters off of Pinterest. I just made up the clothes. I thought that the girl on the left would be edgy just because the girl on the right would be so organized. I thought it would be fun to make her, I don't know, a little more fun. Not that the girl on the right isn't fun, but it just felt right to kind of make them opposites. And when I first started drawing, like when I sat down, I said I was interested in doing like kind of opposites and like a binary situation, and I'm so glad that I kind of stuck with it because I am happy with the result, and I think I will actually end up seeing these characters again because they're kind of cute. But yeah, so I just wanted to pop in and give a little talk about being unmotivated, I guess, or just how to deal with disappointment. And I hope that you do take it to heart and take the choose your battles to heart because I don't know, like sometimes it's very important to cry, but sometimes you cry and you cry and about like 2 hours go back by because you sobbed and then you suddenly have the sobbing headache and then you just want to go to sleep and you get literally nothing done, and then the next day comes and you feel so terrible for wasting a day and you wonder why you even wasted a day, and you start to think of yourself as being like dumb for even wasting the day. And I know I'm rambling, but this is literally how it goes. And sometimes a lot of that can just be battled with, in the moment. I don't know how you can remind yourself, but in the moment, just asking yourself, what do I lose? Is this the hill I'm gonna die on? And this is kind of a strategy from even cognitive behavioral therapy, where it's just changing the way you think about thinking, and changing your way about just changing the way you think in general, to try and, I guess, battle more heavily the depression. So yeah, I'm gonna leave you with some good old lo-fi hip hop for not the rest of the video, but at least so you can watch some of the coloring, of the girl on the right without distractions from Lola. All right. Talk to you in a bit. So this is me just getting to the last parts of this, and I'm so thankful that I just decided to keep on pushing through, and that's partly why I started this YouTube channel. And I'm sure, or I hope, that I can inspire some of you to either start your art journey, whatever that might look like, whether it's for yourself or for a career one day, or just, kind of go after whatever you're thinking of going after, because, you know, we hold ourselves back way too much. So here I am also adding glasses to the character because I forgot some random line art stuff pretty often in this. Right after this, everything is done. I hope you guys will stick around to see full illustrations of these characters. I'm thinking of digitizing them, and that'll be fun. All right. Well, thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe and like and comment, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye bye.